I think Super Mario Maker was one of the smartest ideas that Nintendo ever had. Just the idea of finally allowing us to live our dreams of crafting our own Mario levels, and on top of that, share them online, both with our friends as well as our favorite YouTubers. It was genius. When Nintendo dropped this game, it kind of felt like Nintendo listened. Imagine that. It's like they said, yeah, that's a great idea. Here you go. Also, let's give you even more. Fun fact, I was featured in a Dashie video one time for a level I made.
Oh no! I see you, Steven. Oh, don't stunt!
It's so fun making impossible levels for your friends and family, trying out fun, creative, and diabolical ideas. Mario Maker 1 and 2 were really awesome games. So, what's next? With both of these games having been decently popular, I think that the next logical step would be for Nintendo to step beyond just allowing us to make 2D Mario games. To not just make Mario levels in 2D, but also in 3D. A game where Nintendo fans could create 3D Mario levels, worlds, and maps, and share them online with their friends and favorite content creators. In the current 2D Mario Makers, you can create Mario levels in various art styles and mechanics, inspired by past Nintendo 2D Mario games as the base. Super Mario Bros. 3, Super Mario World, New Super Mario Bros. For the Wii, etc. So for a 3D Mario Maker, you would be selecting from the 3D Mario games. Super Mario 64, Mario Sunshine, Mario Galaxy? I think Nintendo should really make this game. I think it could even be a Game of the Year contender, but I think honestly it would just be really fun. We could all finally create the Super Mario Galaxy 3 game that we all know deep down Nintendo never will. Just the idea of making my own Mario Galaxy levels has both me and my Nintendo Switch's processing power gasping for air, but we'll remain hopeful. So let's break down what Super Mario Maker 3D could look like. One of the mainstays of Mario games is that there's a variety of different themed levels. The grass levels, the desert levels, the water levels, the Bowser's Castle levels. In a 3D Mario Maker, each of these levels would be their own kits. Then, similar to current Mario Maker games, you'd have a toolbox of different terrain pieces, decorations, enemies, switches, doors. You would go crazy and build whatever kind of level you want, with different elevation changes, with hard-to-reach items and power-ups and coins. You would then pick where Mario would spawn and where the star would go. Simple enough, right? Well, here's where things could get interesting. It's no secret around here that one of my favorite game series of all time is Halo. My friends and I used to hop on their map creator called Forge together and collaborate on maps. We did the same thing in Minecraft. There's something really fun about building together, and I think if Nintendo Switch 2 could handle 3D world creation with multiple people at the same time, it could take this game to the next level. Imagine you get your whole friend group together working on different levels at the same time, and then come together at the end to make a hub world. At its core, the hub world is a space where the players could navigate between levels, similar to how the old games used the map system. We all know and love the hub world from Super Mario 64. It's an idea that's carried on for many games to come, such as the Isle Delfino or the Comet Observatory. It's also home to some of the best soundtracks that Nintendo has ever made. I mean, I could just listen to the Comet Observatory on repeat for ever. Mario Maker 2 introduced a similar ability to be able to share a collection of levels attached to a customized overworld map. I think they should keep this feature for the 3D Mario games, but just take it a step further. I think it'd be super interesting to see players be able to create their own Peach's Castle, their own Comet Observatory, to hold a variety of levels that they and their friends had created. I mean, think about it, you could design your own full game. You like desert levels? Make every level in the game out of sand.
I don't like sand.
What about a whole castle of water levels? I mean, you might be a psychopath, but you could do that too. Or an entire game centered around boss fights, or recreating other video game levels entirely. The ideas are just endless. Once your hub world is full of your custom levels, you could share it online. Once shared online, all across the world, people will be able to play your levels and worlds and share them with their friends and rage about them on Twitter. You could see how long it would take people to beat certain levels, like a leaderboard system in the Mario 2 Maker games. But sharing levels online isn't anything that would be new to this game. But here's what would be. Suddenly, we would have an endless supply of 3D Mario games to play, made by the community. We would be able to try out our own crazy ideas and see if they work. YouTubers could have their communities create levels and assemble worlds for them to be played on stream. Not only that, it would give Nintendo a chance to see what types of levels and mechanics, and even what type of player experiences the current players truly enjoy. Being able to share entire 3D Mario Maker games would be really cool. So on this channel, I tend to come up with some really outlandish ideas and dream games and turn them into hopeful YouTube videos to see if other people share the same dreams for future Nintendo games as I do. Is this game likely to come out? Well, I'm unsure. I think Super Mario Maker 64 is probably the most realistic. If they went all the way up to a game like Odyssey, I think they could run into some problems where people maybe are preferring to play community Galaxy games rather than buying the new game. So I think there would need to be a clear line of separation, maybe just to Mario 64 or maybe just Mario Sunshine. There might also be a level cap so you don't have, 80 levels shared in this massive game that would take, 50 hours to beat. Don't get me wrong, I want Mario Galaxy Maker more than anyone else. But is that realistic? I'm unsure. I also think it's worth noting we would need a significant hardware boost to be able to live render and recreate full 3D levels in a Mario game just on your Switch, especially if you add in doing it with multiple people at the same time. Nintendo is always great at optimizing and working under hardware limitations. But again, a hardware limitation is a hardware limitation. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next video.